Yo, yo, yo. Hey, welcome to the Flex Zone. It's your man, it's your boy, it's your host, it's your friendly reminder, Slice 69. Listen, today we want to deal with a really special topic. I think it's special because this topic really involves everyone. There is no particular age group or no cultural background that we are trying to impact here. This is for absolutely every soul, every individual that's on the face of the earth. So we want to deal with today self-esteem, which plays a really big role in people's lives today. You see and hear about so many people losing their lives simply because they didn't feel loved, or they didn't fit into a certain social group, or maybe they feel like what they aspire to achieve in life wasn't as fulfilling as they thought it would be. So they fall into some mode of depression, dealing with the three elements of self-esteem: self-fulfillment needs, psychological needs, and basic needs. And beginning with the top of the pyramid, self-actualization. So we want to know and understand about ourselves the things that we desire to do, and not only the things that we desire to do, but being around the people that can lead us in a direction as to where we know and understand the path that it takes, the risks that it takes to embark up on certain journeys, and dealing with certain aspects of life, and merging that into your dreams and goals, So it's not as easy, but nothing in life worth having isn't worth fighting for. So we have to go through certain struggles when it comes to certain elements of our lives, and certain stopping points when it comes to those journeys that we're on, because we have those stopping points, believe it or not. We have those moments as to where we are uncertain. We have those moments as to where we really don't know. We think, but we really don't know. And as a result of that, sometimes we hit the pause button. Hitting the pause button really leads to a bundle of procrastination. It always goes beyond the pause button. See, we have to know and understand the difference between the pause button and stop. We have to know and understand the difference in between the pause button and stop. So you have kids. You have kids that start out at early ages, having an idea, and not only just having an idea. They have the what they think is exactly what it's going to be. So they set out on this journey as kids, and everything they start to do starts to lean towards the direction of what they feel like they want to be. Then you have some kids that they just wait till they get a little older, and they start to figure things out in life and get to a certain point in life to where they decide, well, I enjoy doing this. So when it comes to this particular thing, I'm going to try to make sure I'm prolific in this one particular area of life. Because if you go off, if you, I know a lot of people don't. I do. If you are a believer in God's words, it said to count those things that be not as though they were. So you have to merge into that avenue as to where, even though you may not see the resources, even though you may not have the full understanding, you start to work towards, you start to connect the dots, and you start to figure that thing out, and I think that is so important when it come to your dreams and your goals, and that in itself is creating your existence. You're building, you're becoming You're becoming. That's powerful. That's powerful to understand that you are becoming. Not you hadn't arrived yet. A lot of people feel like when they've arrived, they rest at a certain area mentally. They rest at a certain. No. There's no arriving. When you achieve something, you achieved it. Now move on to something else. You perfect it. Just because you've mastered it. Just because you've mastered it and you've reached a certain level, now start teaching it to somebody else. Start creating your own brand. Building your esteem. That's what that is. And we have to know and understand our own existence. And if we don't, that tears away at who you are, which puts you in a place of low self-esteem. Our psychological needs, our prestige, the fulfillment of accomplished desires, and the fulfillment of what we see as certain things we've achieved, certain things that we've gotten past. We might have the certification for it, but we work in another area. So what we call that, where I'm from, we call that another notch under the belt. We call that another notch under the belt. You know what I'm saying? Belonging, the feeling, the desire to be loved, the desire to be a part of maybe a certain group, a certain culture, a certain background, that desire to fit in. And guess what happens when you don't? Because a lot of times it's happened. Guess what happens when you don't? I'm speaking from experience. Experience is the best teacher. I'm speaking from experience. Guess what happens when you don't fit in? You start to question who you are. Why? Because you don't stand on who you are. You're not profound in who you are. You're kind of living in between a thin line. Some days you are you, and some days you are who they want you to be. Most days you're who they want you to be. That's not healthy. It's not good. You should be able to wake up in the morning and your joy, your peace, your love, your esteem for yourself comes from you knowing exactly who you are and you being happy and satisfied with who you are. That's where that comes from. Not the sad part that when you left your friends, you found out they all had a discussion about you, and now let me tell you something. I'm at a point in my life to where I don't care. I don't want to give anybody any misleading information. When I say I don't care, I don't get caught up in what people think. I want my life to be a testament of faith, and with that, I want people to be inspired by me as I am inspired by other people. Of course, you're gonna have haters around. Of course, you're gonna have haters around. But you being sure about who you are, you learn how to reciprocate and the importance of reciprocity. So if I'm putting it out and I'm getting it back from over here and I'm putting it out over here and it's just a bunch of taking, I'll probably laugh and shoot the breeze over here a little bit, but guess what home is? It's over here where my energy is reciprocated. I don't have a bunch of people around me that's making me feel like I need to be this type of person to fit into their group. You know how many people are dead and in the grave? You know how many people are at a disadvantage in life? All because someone made them feel like they had to be a certain type of person to fit into their group or their organization or some old crazy stuff like that. So we have to be solid in our existence. We have to be solid in that. That comes to our protective side. That's a part of what we're dealing with. Either you're a protector or you need protecting. The most important part of that is to stay in your lane. The most important part of that is to stay in your lane. Well, what I'm not gonna just leave that right there. I had to drink some apple juice. My mouth was getting a little dry. I don't want to just leave that right there, but I don't want to hang around too long because I don't want to stretch it. So the thing is because fear, a lot of people can act out of fear. So to remain in a place of safety and security within yourself, it's almost one of the most parts of inner peace. That's knowing that you are in the lane, in the area of life where you belong, and you're not stepping out of it. That's kind of like driving. People, I know a lot of people that have road rage. They get frazzled when people drive up behind them. I'm a lot of people. Anyways, that's neither here nor there. They get frazzled when people drive up behind them real quick. Well, this is what I've learned. 44 years. A few days it'll be 45. This is what I've learned. I'm driving a vehicle. I'm in my lane. I'm obeying the laws of this land as it concerns driving. I understand the laws of this land as it concerns driving. So what another person does not infect me until it involves me. People could come driving up behind you real fast, driving crazy. They don't hit your car. Then they're just a crazy driver. You can report them. But, I mean, how much did it affect you? If anything, it distracted you because that person was probably just being themselves. They're probably just being themselves. I can't say if it's ignorance or recklessness or just a bundle of all of that to not value your life in a vehicle. I can't just put a direct title on it, but I know it's some kind of stupid to not value your life in a vehicle. So we're still dealing with the steam because maybe you have a person who values their lives that's being distracted by a person who don't value their life. You know, or I want to go back and kind of like fix that. I said a person who values their life. I meant a person who values their life, or people who value their lives. I didn't want to just leave that right there because you know how people catch stuff, and I don't want to be one of them people that they play back and damn, oh my gosh, his vocabulary is horrible. So let's move on to our basic needs. Our basic needs. Everything before this leads up to this. It's our basic needs. The things that's essential for our everyday living. The things that's essential for our everyday living. And it comes with the fulfillment of your existence from kindergarten to your senior graduation, to college, or whatever you do after. How you learn how to provide for yourself and at what level you learn to provide for yourself is it's the equal to everything before you merge into adulthood. It's everything before you start to fully understand who you are and know who you are and is satisfied with who you are. It's everything before that. And you have to be solid in that. You can't let nobody tamper with that. You can't let people tamper with that. Oh, somebody called you ugly, so you in your feelings. Are you ugly? Do you feel like you ugly? Oh, he think he all that. You know who say stuff like that? People who don't think nothing about themselves. People who don't think nothing about themselves. I ain't scared to say it. Everybody is beautiful. It don't matter what size you is. It don't matter what your physical appearance look like. God judges the heart. People judge you. If you allow people to cause your esteem to be in shams, now you have to go back. And a lot of people need help with it. I don't feel like it's something that you could just fix yourself. Sometimes people need help and sometimes people don't. So you have to be at peace with who you are. And being at peace with who you are, it blocks out what everybody think. It blocks out what. Let me tell you something. If you can't build me up, I refuse to let you tear me down. I refuse to let you tear me down. I can't do it. You don't have the copyright to me. You don't have the trademark to me. God does. And he created me in his image and likeness. So why wouldn't I think I'm all that? It has to be properly appropriated, your feelings, and not in a boastful way. But you have to know that you are the child of a king. Why wouldn't you? And I ain't talking about LeBron. I ain't talking about Bronny or Bryce. I'm talking about the child of a king. Shout out to LeBron. That's my guy. But I'm talking about Jesus. Shout out to LeBron. That's my guy. Hey, let me tell you something, not to merge away from what I was talking about, because this deal with esteem. I think every kid in America should look at that guy and see exactly where he come from and see exactly how he trained, how he played, how he put his heart in the game right now. At the age he's at, he's still giving people problems. He's still giving a lot of these younger guys problems. And a lot of people talk about him. You know why? Because of his esteem, because of how he sees him, because of how he views himself. So if God created you in his image and his likeness, then what somebody else think about you shouldn't even matter. What somebody else think about you shouldn't matter. Love yourself. Appreciate yourself. Mary J. Blige, the queen, she said it best. She said, I wake up every morning, I look in the mirror and I say, good morning, gorgeous. She ain't waiting on nobody to say it. That's what self-esteem is. Good morning, gorgeous. Good morning, handsome. It's me. Yes. And guess what? People with low self-esteem, people who don't value themselves, they hate that. And guess what often happens? People with high self-esteem tend to link up with people with low self-esteem. And guess who 90% of the time converts? People with low self-esteem. I just wanted to drop that on y'all. And I hope y'all receive it, because it comes from a good place. It comes from a good place. Rest easy. Rest easy from the pit of my soul. Rest easy. PNB Rock. Prayers to his family. The music industry lost an angel. I believe he was an amazing artist. I loved his music. It's just sad that we still dealing with stuff like this. People. Can you imagine the person that did that? Can you imagine their self-esteem? Jealousy, envy, hatred. We have to be careful. with our existence and who we allow to take part in our existence. We have to be careful with that. I speak blessings over my life. I speak blessings over whoever listens to this podcast. I speak blessings over your life, and I hope you receive it. Be free from people. Be free from yourself. Be free from low self-esteem thoughts. Be free from low self-esteem feelings. And live a beautiful, blessed life. It's your man. It's your boy. It's your host. That was a friendly reminder from Slice 69. It's the Flex Zone. Hey, it was good hanging out with y'all. Thank y'all if you listen. If you made it this far in the podcast, I love you. And thank you. You're beautiful. You're handsome. You're created in God's image. Now walk in it.